Martial arts in films is best used when it's telling part of the story or showing us a fundamental characteristic about the character using it. And I think that applies in Captain America Brave New World perfectly. Captain America Brave New World is the first big screen event for the new Captain America, Sam Wilson. Marvel had already done a streaming series, Falcon and Winter Soldier, detailing his struggle on becoming the new Captain America, as well as setting up the ramifications that there is now no more super soldier serums left in the world for Sam to take, since he had chosen not to use it as Steve Rogers had. And this shows in the evolution of his fighting style. Steve Rogers was essentially a human tank, bordering on superhuman thanks to the serum. Able to run faster and was much stronger than any normal human, he essentially would just drop into a situation and then punch and shield toss his way to victory. And he was able to do so because the serum also enhances durability, able to take blows that would kill any normal person, even a special ops soldier. However, Sam has none of these attributes because he refused the serum. And as such is just a normal guy with some technology. And I see this from his intro in Winter Soldier, where he primarily just flies around to outmaneuver his enemies or avoid them altogether, leaving the battering ram tactics to stronger allies on his team. And this makes sense because of the fragility of his equipment. In fact, anytime we do see Sam get into a CQC situation early on, he almost never gets a clean victory, where it's either a draw or he's just flat out beaten because his wings get disabled. Throughout his role as the Falcon, Sam, like Tony Stark in a way, primarily relies on his gadgets to help the team. And while his gadgets improve, his fighting skills don't really. Still more or less fighting like a special ops soldier rather than an enhanced human or one who should have been trained by them. This was all well and good until Steve passed down the shield to him. Leaving the political baggage behind, Falcon and the Winter Soldier displays Sam finding out that he needs to up his fighting game if he was to continue to play the part. Because he's now playing the role of a symbol, and zipping around in the air and just shooting bad guys while others take the blunt of the enemy's attack no longer applied. He had to be on the front lines. Knowing that he lacks the physical attributes of his predecessor, Sam instead takes technology and blending that tech with his fighting style. Where Steve Rogers relied on his shield 90% of the time, Sam instead uses his technology and speed for shock and awe tactics to either take out his enemies or to knock them out, using hand-to-hand combat while they're recovering if they're still somewhat able. What's more, he does use a shield in tandem with his jetpack to provide blunt force trauma in his attacks in closed spaces, whereas Steve would just use his running speed to jump into the middle of the enemy and then punch and kick his way to victory. He also uses his jetpack and wings to assist him in acrobatic maneuvers to dodge his enemies or to recover quickly from their attacks. Essentially, Sam Wilson ends up developing a type of jet-powered capoeira, if you will. Sam does use the shield toss and appears to have grown more accustomed to it as well, but he also has his drones use the shield as well, controlling them remotely and effectively having a couple of shield bearers to assist him in battle. Another way Sam has made up the difference from not having a serum is also using the vibranium in his wings as shock absorbers and reflectors, effectively not only acting as another set of shields along with the classic one, but also giving him the superpowered punch when needed to deal with foes who were above his weight class, redirecting their force back at them. Essentially, Sam borrows their strength to use against them. Most importantly, though, is that when it comes to his evolution in fighting tactics, Sam now has trained under Isaiah Bradley, America's second super soldier during the Korean War. This is what helps him more than the shield and the gadgets because he is now learning how to fight those stronger opponents directly when he doesn't have the help, allowing him to experience his weaknesses while still better able to use his strengths, particularly that he can be faster, more maneuverable, and more cagey than someone who thinks that they can just punch his way through him because they're stronger. And this also teaches Sam Wilson the necessary humility to avoid the major pitfall of relying on technology or serums that arguably neither Steve Rogers nor Tony Stark had really learned. That while it can feel like it, having physical advantages does not make you superior to others to the point where you can dictate to them what is right or wrong. This is what caused the breakup of the Avengers in the first place. All of this makes Sam Wilson's fighting styles as Captain America, while not the exact equal to Steve Rogers, does make him more diverse and adaptable, while also at the same time not becoming so drunk on it that he begins to think of himself as better than everyone else. But if you disagree, let me know your thoughts below. Take care.